terrible. um, although I suspected the Brexit vote might win, I just remember waking up with a feeling of total disbelief and being tremendously upset. In fact, you know, when speaking to friends, just like on one occasion actually bursting into tears and saying, you know, I don't believe this has happened. I was probably upset, having lived here for a long time, precisely because I've lived here for a long time. I remember what it was like before Britain, before Schengen, before we entered the sort of free movement in Europe. The sheer awfulness of queuing for a whole day maybe, or overnight, to get your to be one of the first 70 in the queue to get your papers stamped or renewed every 5 years. Yes, every 5 years. And I suppose also I'm, at the moment, for personal reasons, I'm travelling frequently to the UK once a month on brief visits. And it's just so much easier at the moment, you know, to go in, go out, less queues, everything's quicker, easier. But yeah, probably I'm not particularly intending to go back and live in the UK, but as a British resident here, life as part of the European Union is much easier. I suppose I've been lucky. I know people who've had tremendous rifts in their families. I'm lucky. If I go back to the UK, it's primarily to the Wirral, flying into Liverpool, or to London where my brother lives. All Remain areas. So I talk to other Remainers. Even the taxi drivers to and from the airport are Remainers. And my family, my friends are all Remainers. So I'm very fortunate. The only Brexiteer in the family is one cousin, and it was difficult. We argued. We haven't stopped speaking, but we don't speak about Brexit. Uncertain. I think Brexit has changed the way I see the UK, in that it's made me feel more distant from the UK. I think at the beginning I felt kind of like rejected. I mean, I'm one of the people who's lived outside the UK for more than 15 years who wasn't allowed to vote. And I felt that, you know, my views were not taken into account. And I think it's still there. I still feel this distance with some of the problems that the UK had. I used to actively campaign on behalf of certain causes in the UK, and now generally I don't do very much. I think because I feel, you rejected me and I don't feel part of the UK now. And as far as how the UK is seen, I think the UK is going to find itself much more isolated. I mean, the general feeling I find here in Spain is that people are bewildered about, you know, why did your country do this? And I don't have an answer. Brexit really has left me, I think, if I intend to stay in Spain, with no option other than to take another passport. It's not something I do lightly, but I see it as the only way of being able to ensure my continued ability to live here under the same conditions I have up to now.